Hey, what's up guys, how you all doing? I'm Paul the Tech Giant and welcome back to the channel, where today I'm going to be unboxing and testing out what is apparently one of the best TVs for 2024, and that TV is this 65-inch Samsung S95D OLED. Now, if you're a regular to the channel, you're going to know exactly what's coming next. But if you are new to the channel, what I'm going to be doing is, first off, we're going to be taking a look around the outside of the box, take some measurements of the box, then we will get the TV out, we'll look at all the supplied accessories, and we'll look at all the TV's inputs and outputs. Once we've done that, we will get the TV up on the wall. I will set it all up, and then we will test out the picture, the sound, and take a look around all of the menus. Now, before we get started, I just want to say a massive thanks to the electrical retailer Peter Tyson, who has sent me over this TV for testing, which has allowed me to make this video for you guys. Now, if you want to pick up one of these TVs, I know that they're going to be doing some great deals on it very soon, but if it's not the TV for you, then don't worry. They've got a whole range of other makes and models available. Now, on top of that, they offer free delivery on many TVs, they have finance options available, and they also have amazing customer reviews. Just go and check them out on Trustpilot and see for yourself. So once again, big thanks to Peter Tyson, and if you want to pick up yourself a great deal on your next TV, then please go and check them out. Okie dokie, let's crack on with the video then, and first off we're going to take a look around the outside of the box, and well, to be honest, there's not a lot to look at. So as we can see, it is a Samsung and it is an OLED, and it's the S95D, 65 inches or 163 centimeters. Moving across to the middle, and we can see our energy ratings there, and both come in at an F. Next up, and as usual, I'm going to take some measurements of the actual box itself. Could be handy if you're looking to store the box somewhere or even transport it in maybe a back of a car. So first up, we're going to take the longest measurement first, and that comes in at approximately 161 centimeters. Then we're going to take the depth, and that comes in at approximately 16.5 centimeters. And finally the height, and that comes in at 93 centimeters. Right, it's now come to the time to open up the box, which is one of my favourite parts of these videos. So as you can see, we've got a couple of straps here, so I'm going to cut those with my scissors. And that's all it seems to be holding down the lid. Open this up, a few accessories in there. As you can see, it's packaged like so. So we have the One Connect box, and if you don't know what that is, I'll be explaining that in just a bit. We'll take a closer look at that. And looks like we've got a few things there to do with the bracket, or should I say the stand, not bracket. And we have our accessory pack. Again, we'll look at all that in just a bit. There we go. We have the TV just there. Lean that forward. You get a first look at it. Nice and thin. Now we got it out of the box, let's take a look around the back of the TV itself. So because we have the One Connect box, which has all the connections, we have not a lot going on the back of the TV. But what we can see is a nice array of speakers either side. Know that you're not going to see them, but they do look quite smart the way that they're integrated into the back. Now if we move down just a bit lower, we can see that just here we have a button. Now you can use this if you lose the remote control, and you can control the basic menus. Moving across to the middle, and we have holes just there where we can put our wall mounting brackets if we are going to wall mount it, which I'm going to do, so I'll measure those in just a bit. And moving on to the middle, and we can see we've got a connection there for a USB, and also the connection for our One Connect box. Then finally moving down from that, and we can see, well, got quite a bit of dust going on. Not sure what's gone on there in the factory. Bit of quality control wouldn't go amiss. Not the biggest deal in the world, but still first impressions last, and yeah, that's not great. But anyway, moving on down to the bottom then, and finally we have where we're going to mount our tabletop stand. Now, if you do want to wall mount this TV, I'm going to take some measurements of the wall mounting bracket holes. So from top to bottom, we are looking at 30 centimeters, and from left to right, we are looking at 40 centimeters. Right, let's now take a look at all the supplied accessories. So starting off first with the parts that make up the tabletop stand. And we have this massive metal plate, and that is a nice bit of quality metal. Got some padding on there, and these sticky out bits. Don't know what they are, but we'll put the tabletop stand together in a future video. Then we have this, it says 2024 OLED, new. Then we have this other component for the tabletop stand. Again, you can hear that is quality, no cheap rubbish here. And what you can do with the One Connect box is actually attach it to the tabletop stand that sits around the back of the TV, so it gives it a nice clean look. Moving on, and again we've got another part there, again really weighty, all of those parts, again very heavy indeed. So yeah, all decent quality stuff. And finally we come on to this other piece, which by the looks of it is just going to be a cover, again just to tidy things up. Moving on now to the One Connect box. So if you don't know what this is an external box which connects to the TV via the One Connect cable, which allows basically, again, a nice clean install because everything connects into the back of this box, which sits either around the back of the TV, or if you've got it wall mounted, you could put it off to the side wall. Even if it's on the stand, you could still do that. So everything connects into here, and you just have the one cable that goes from this box to the TV itself. And that's the power, the audio, the visuals, the full works. So looking around at the side, and actually I've just noticed something. Whilst it is black, it's got like a purple sort of tinge to it going around the outside. To be honest, I don't think I'm very keen on that. I prefer it to be all black. But anyway, so we've got our connection there for the supplied power cable. We have a connection for LAN. We have optical digital. We have connections there for cable and our aerial. We have a common interface. We have two USBs. We have 4 HDMIs. They are all 2.1, so good for 4K 120Hz, so great for your PS5 or Xbox Series X. And number 3 is marked up for gaming and eARC. Moving on from that, we have another USB and the connection there for the One Connect cable. Now I'm going to quickly take some measurements of this box. So the width on this is 23 centimeters. Depth is 29.5. And the height, well, that comes in at approximately 3 centimeters. Next we come to our accessory pack. And attached to the outside of this, we had our unpacking and installation guide. So we have 2 remote controls here. Yes, 2. Now I'm in the UK, may differ in other parts of the world, but the first one that we have is this sort of basic generic Samsung remote control. Got some shortcuts there, Netflix, Prime Video, so on and so forth. And yeah, like I say, basic, but has all the functionality that you need. Plastic, couple of, I'd say that's AAA batteries. But handy if you're the sort of person who loses a lot of remote controls, because we get 2 and we get this very tiny minimalistic remote control. So we've got shortcuts there, Netflix, we've got Samsung TV, we've got Disney and Prime Video. Now we've got also a button in the middle there, little circle that we can use the directional buttons for. But what makes it extra special, if I flip it over, is that it is solar powered. Yes, you can charge this up just by using some daylight. Pull that tab out there, and we can also plug it in and charge it via USB-C. So that, I think, is amazing. So gone are the days where you have to use batteries in your remote control. Well, apart from that one anyway. Moving along, and we come to our first One Connect cable. I say first because there are 2. So you may be wondering why you've got such a short cable. Well, let me just first show you the connection. So that's your One Connect cable that goes into the back of the TV. And then you have this one that goes into your One Connect box. Now this is so short because if you connect the One Connect box onto the back of the tabletop stand, you only need a short cable to go from that to the back of the TV. But if you're wall mounting it, then you get this longer cable. Again, same connections on that. And if I undo it, I'm going to take some measurements of this for you right now. And that comes in at approximately 2.5 meters or 98 inches. And that is going to be used when you are connecting your TV to the One Connect box when the TV is wall mounted. So very handy that they give you two. You're not just left with just one long one dangling out the back of the TV to the One Connect box if you are just using the tabletop stand. So very well thought out by Samsung. Fair play. Next up, we've got a couple of AAA batteries. That's going to be for our cheapo remote. Then we have our what's this? User guide and some other bits and bobs that you probably never read. And then finally, we have the power cable, which is for our One Connect box. So again, going to take a quick measurement on this to see exactly how much you've got to play with. And that comes in at approximately 155 centimeters. Okie dokie, I've now gone ahead and attached my wall mounting brackets to the back of the TV. But very important, I need to also attach the One Connect cable because I can't really do that when the TV's up on the wall. So as you can see, I've got it already lined up. A little bit fiddly to get it into place with these brackets in the way, but if I give it a final shove now, there we go. You get a satisfying click, and that is now all ready to go. Now that we got the TV up on the wall and we have the One Connect cable connected to the back of the TV, we need to connect the other end up to the One Connect box. So as you can see, we've got the connection on the end there. Simply plug that in like so, nice and easily. And then finally, we need to hook up the power cable. That's in the side there, so just pushing that into place. And they do have channels here where you can run the cable round to keep it looking nice and neat. And finally, we just need to plug this end into the mains. Now don't forget, none of your HDMI cables are actually going to go into the back of the TV. What we need to do is connect them up to the One Connect box as well. So simply like that, and we are all good to go. And now all we have is just this simple One Connect cable going from the box to the TV, supplying all the audio, visual and power. Now we have come to my favourite part of any TV unboxing, and that is the protective film peel. So I'm going to start peeling away. Ooh. Very satisfying indeed. And you may notice that it's actually a matte display. So apparently this TV is top tier when it comes to handling reflections. And we're going to test that out in a bit, but let's get this last bit off. Very nice. Now, as I've just mentioned, this is a matte display. So let's just see exactly how good it is. Now I'm going to move in front of the screen. Normally you would see my reflection, but I wave my hand. No. Can't see anything at all. That is absolutely crazy. And I'm going to be doing a full dedicated video on how well this handles reflections and compare it to one of its rivals in a future video coming very soon. But just to give you a quick taster of how good this really is, got some big bright windows there. And if we move around, look how well that just diffuses that light. Other TVs, you see a full reflection of what's going on outside the window. But with this, yeah, that's really dulled down. And you've got a good job to actually see anything in the reflection from that TV, because it's just, well, it's just all matte and diffusing any of the light that hits it. So yeah, fair play, doing a cracking job. Now, as good as this screen is when it comes to those reflections, I do have a concern when it comes to the image. I've not tried it out yet, but I think it could impact the image quality. And again, we'll address that in a future video. Now that the TV is all hooked up to the mains, I've got a red LED indicator to say that the TV is receiving power. So all that there is left to do is to turn the TV on for the very first time. So grabbing our remote control, pressing the power button once. And there we go. We have liftoff. So we've come to the setup screen now then. It says 2 simple options. How would you like to get started? Choose one. So we have the option to set it up using a smartphone or set it up using the remote control. I'm going to go ahead and use the remote control and I'll see you on the other side. Okie dokie, that's the TV all set up now then, and before we take a look around some of the menus, what I'm going to do is show you the design of the TV. So let's move around to the side and see how thin this TV really is. So if I put my finger up there as some sort of reference, you can see it is pretty thin. And because we have the One Connect box, it means we have no extra bulk like other manufacturers, say like LG, where they'll put all the inputs and outputs down at the bottom of the TV. Nothing like that, so we get a lovely slim design from top to bottom. Now if we move around to the front of the TV, you can see it is an absolute beauty. One thing that I'm not so keen on though, it does look, you know, nice and clean, apart from this little notch down here where we have the Samsung logo just there. I wish that was in the middle of the TV, just makes it more evened out. I don't like it when they're set off to the side. It doesn't do it for me, if I'm being honest, but that's probably nitpicking, and to be fair, it is very small. It's not like it's a massive notch. So apart from that, I think it's an absolute beauty. Moving along now then, and let's take a look around some of the menus. So first off, we're going to start on the home menu. And as you can see at the side, we've got some different icons there. We've got the home icon just there to indicate we are in fact on the home menu. So at the top, we've got some recommended stuff. So we've got for you, live and apps. So some recommended apps there. And of course, you can download loads of apps for this TV, not just the pre-installed ones. So heading back, and if we go down, we got recent, popular searches, so on and so forth on that bar. Moving on down and we come to our pre-installed apps. So I'm in the UK, so it may differ depending on where you are in the world. But for me, we got Smart Things, Samsung TV Plus, Netflix, Prime Video. We got BBC iPlayer, ITVX, Disney Plus, Now, Raccoon TV, YouTube, Alexa, 4, Bixby. We got the internet there, and My5, Roxy, and at the end there we can edit lists. So that means we can move these around to be in an order that suits us best. But it's great to see that we've got all the main UK catch-up TV services there. Moving down from that, and we've got new and trending, we've got family favourites, we've got top series, top movies, Samsung TV Plus, popular games, blah, 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 so on and so forth. I'm not going to lie, there is a lot of it. So as you can see, scrolling down and down and down. So yeah, I think it is a bit busy, if I'm being totally honest. Now, if we head on over to the side, we can change that home menu to games. So if we go in this, we can see we've got this Samsung Game Hub. So from here, we have gaming apps. So we can use stuff like the Xbox, you've got NVIDIA GeForce Now, again, so on and so forth. So yeah, we can play games directly from the TV, which is great. Moving back again, we've got Daily Plus. Let's go into there. So we've got Smart Things and a few other bits and bobs going on there, Samsung Health and Philips Hue, which is great because I've got Hue lighting. So yeah, I may be able to control those using the TV. Moving back again, and we go up and we've got Ambient. So let's click on that. And here we can adjust the screen to suit the environment. As you can see there, we can have different pieces of artwork, different sort of colours. There's loads of it going on. And yeah, it's just a nice little addition to the TV to help it blend into your environment. Now coming out of ambient mode, and above that we have our search, which is self-explanatory. Now moving on down and past home, we come to connected devices just there, and also we have our settings. Now in here we have the option to go into all settings, which is our basically main settings, and we also have these quick settings. So we have things like sound output, brightness, picture mode, sound mode, intelligent mode, energy saving, so on and so forth. As you can see, there are plenty of them just there. And if we go all the way to the end, we can also edit that list. But if we scroll all the way back just quickly, and we go to our all settings, and we jump into that and see what's what. So starting off then with our picture mode. Now this is just out of the box settings, so don't worry what is showing at the moment. This wouldn't be my desired settings. So we have eco mode there. We have movie, we have filmmaker mode, we have standard and dynamic, which, wow, that has just gone mega bright. Backing out of this, and we have our expert settings. So if we just quickly pop in here, got brightness, contrast, sharpness, color, tint, apply picture settings, picture clarity settings, contrast enhancer, and yeah, a ton more, as you can see as I scroll all the way down. Now just backing out of that, we come to our sound mode. So we've got sound output. So in there we have TV speaker, receiver via optical, Bluetooth speaker list. And if we back out of that again, we've got a sound mode. So we've got standard and amplify. We'll test out the sound in a minute. Q symphony setup and expert settings. And again in here, as you can see, we've got a load of other settings going on. Backing out of that, and then we've got our connections. There we go, just like so. And then our general and privacy. So again, we've got different things going on in here. So we've got intelligent settings. So intelligent mode, so this will adjust the brightness of the TV and things like that to our viewing environment. If I just turn that on, as you can see like that, that bumps it up, it's adjusting it to the room, but I'm going to knock that off for now. But again, we've got different things: adaptive picture, eye comfort mode, AI customization mode, active voice amplifier, adaptive sound pro, adaptive volume. So yeah, a lot more going on as well. And then we've got our system manager in there. So a few things going on there. And if we go down and we go to panel care, now this is an interesting one. So with OLEDs, we do have the low risk of burn-in, so they have some preventative measures in here. So we have pixel shift, we have adjust logo brightness, go into that. So we've got off, low and high. And then we come to pixel refresh, which is basically a feature found on many OLED TVs, which if you run it can help clean up things like image retention. Okie dokie, time for some demo footage now then. And this is my own 4K HDR material, and wow, that is so bright, that is mental. Now, as far as I know, it is one of the brightest OLED TVs that you can currently buy. Can't wait to get my hands on the LG G4, which I will be very soon, and it'd be interesting to see how bright this is compared to that. But first impressions on this, wow, it does look amazing, to be fair. Now on camera, it does look a bit washed out, but in person, it does look so vibrant. Fair play. That is a cracking looking image. A little bit over processed at the moment, but I think a bit of a tweak with the settings would put that right. As short as you can imagine, these TVs out of the box aren't always the best when it comes to their setup. Now, like I say, this is just in the standard picture mode at the moment. But if we just turn that up to dynamic, my God, that, yeah, has got seriously bright now. That is just balmy for an OLED. Now, a few years ago, you'd have to have an LED TV to get this sort of brightness because of the risk of burning. But technology has moved on, and yes, it has got a lot better. And as you can see, a lot brighter too. That is nuts. Absolutely nuts. Colours, like I said, just pop so much on this TV. Fair play. Now again, on camera it's probably not coming across so well, but that bloke's t-shirt, the red was really, really popping. Looked so vibrant. Again, that bloke's shirt there in the pink, again, looked really nice. Let me just adjust the camera a little bit there. That's better. I think it's blowing out a little bit. It is honestly that bright. And if I just move back, get a good idea of what it's like. And as always, if you don't know about OLED TVs, their viewing angles are exceptional. Move right round to the side. And they don't tend to wash out like conventional TVs do, which is really, really good. Just move around and see what it's like with those TV reflections there. Sorry, the window reflections on the TV. Looking spot on. That is just amazing. So yeah, fair play. And again, I can't wait to put this up against something like the G3 and see how it handles the reflections compared to that model. But so far, yeah, I gotta say it, that is a nice looking image, but so it should be. These are not cheap TVs at all. Okie dokie, moving on then to another 4K HDR piece of material. And this was from a recent trip to America. And with this, we should get a good amount of contrast between the bright lights there and the dark sky. Again, just there with that brickwork from the building, really nice and dark. Again, with the contrast there of the bright lights, which is going to look amazing because, of course, this is an OLED TV, so it's able to shut off individual pixels. So you can have one that's on, looking super bright, and the one dead next to it can be completely off. And that's why these TVs look so good. Again, perfect blacks, and then nice bright areas. Now we've come to another bright scene. This was in the lift from the Rockefeller Center coming down. And did look very impressive indeed, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to change it from the standard picture mode to the dynamic. And wow, again, the brightness on that is just absolutely mental. Again, probably not coming across so well on camera, but trust me, in person, that's given me a suntan. Right, let's now talk about gaming. So this TV does feature FreeSync Premium Pro and Auto Low Latency mode. Now I've got the PS5 all hooked up, and if I click on the source for the PS5, you will see that it will come up top of the screen there saying game mode on. So it's great that the TV automatically recognizes that, and it will adjust all these settings to suit. Now another great feature when it comes to gaming on this amazing OLED TV is the game bar. Now if I grab the small remote control, hold down on the play pause button for a long press, and there we go, we get the game bar pop up at the bottom of the screen. Now this gives us loads of great information. So as we can see just there, we've got input lag, it gives us the resolution, our frames per second, tells us if HDR is on or off, and the same for VRR. Now we also have these icons, so we have one there for game genre, so if we click on that, we can change that up to whatever we want. So we've got like standard, we've got auto, RPG, so on and so forth. Then we have our virtual aim point. We can also change the screen ratio, so if we're gaming with a PC, that could be very handy indeed. Mini map zoom, we've got more settings, sound output, help guide, and we've got the game motion plus there. So if we go into the more settings, again, we don't have to go into the main menu and then search for that. It's going to jump us straight into those game mode settings. Now let's test out the sound on this TV. Now for this, I've taken off the microphones to give you a better sense of what it's like in this room. Now the sound on this is coming via a 4.2.2 channel speaker setup, and it is 70 watts in total. So let's just turn up the volume a bit and see how loud it goes and what the quality's like.
All stations, this is Chef 01.
So it's getting pretty loud. Let's turn up the volume then. So yeah, that is pretty loud. Let's turn it all the way up to 100. Now, I'll be totally honest, it's probably not the most bassiest of TVs that I've ever heard. It's not terrible, but I wouldn't say it's amazing either. I have heard better on TVs of this size. And as I've always said, I think when you're buying a TV like this, you are best off buying a dedicated soundbar or amp and speakers. Because these TVs are so thin, it is always hard to get the decent sound quality out of them. And there you have it then, guys. Now, I will be doing more videos with this TV very soon, including what I feel are the best things and worst things about it. So if you want to see those, then make sure you subscribe to the channel. Just want to say a final thanks to Peter Tyson for sending over this TV, which has allowed me to make this video. And if you're looking to purchase a new TV, please go and check out their link in the description. And if you have enjoyed today's video, do me a favor and just reach up and hit that thumbs up button. It really does help the channel out. So thanks very much for joining me today, and hopefully I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye for now.